What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Give me your friend.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make you think. Fat girl just shake it, don't breathe. Big man, let me see you do a spin. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, take it off, back down. Drop me in the house. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the wet wet, hard part two. Lips and outs, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle at me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the ride. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Hey, hey, more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, hey, more hey. Big girls like you around. Shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought three. Can't hang with 106 beat. Fat girl know the happen, no quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. That new, I'm look like it off the now. Fat girl bring crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the panties down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch with a lot right, come to the night speed. I really should get the dead in the world G. But fat girl show the boy a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the down. Let you out, let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are, not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. Yes, sir, baby. Hey, welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke's show. We are the Luke Show, baby, on your video. It's the Luke Show. And I'm joined by my drink. I'm not advertising it. What a breath of fresh air. I need to be drinking water. I do not need to be drinking this. I do not need to be drinking this. My glasses are cloudy. Let me get my glasses right. Y'all come on in. You know how we start the show off. I need to know where you're from. That's how we start the show off. I need to know where you're from.
But before you tell me where you're from, yo, welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke, the Luke Show. I am here, brought to you by Luke Gear and Luke Gear Incorporated. Yo, anything that we say on the show, all the music that we play on this show, I own it. So, YouTube, stop denying my own music. It's amazing that I play my own music and I get flagged for my own music. Can you believe that? Shouts out to Philly, they're in the building. But welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show. Man, we got a big show today. This is going to be good. I'm not going to be on here long. I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time because you guys don't be engaged on Wednesday. I'm going to just keep it a buck. The Wednesday numbers are the worst numbers of the entire week. It seems like y'all just be lost into the matrix. Like, oh my God, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. I got so many things to do. I'm thinking about the things that happen at the end of, is my TV still on here? What is going on? The glasses, what is going on? No, okay, all right. So you guys be thinking about what happened at the beginning of the week, and y'all getting ready for the weekend. And hump day, it's like, okay, it's a balancing act. I understand. Shouts out to Philadelphia. I see y'all up in the building. South Beach, y'all in the building. But let me just say this, man. Like, share, and subscribe to the show right now. We are brought to you. We are on my Facebook page. Shouts out to people on Facebook. Shouts out to people on YouTube and Twitch. We are on Twitch. We're on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We're on all these beautiful platforms of mine. Over 1 million followers. You million people, you all suck. Because you are not looking at the QR code. You are not donating $10 to the campaign. You are horrible. You're fucking horrible. You get on here and you tell me, Luke, you should run for president. Luke, you should run for governor. Luke, you should run for Congress. And you don't contribute to the campaign. My God. You know what? I'm going to do a whole show on Sunday. And I'm going to tell everybody, the people who contributed to the campaign. I even got friends who want to go. Hey, Luke, let's go to the cigar bar. Hey, Luke, let's go to Carbone. Hey, Luke, let's go to ZZ's. Hey, Luke, let's go out to dinner. Hey, Luke, let's take a trip over here to LA and watch a game. Hey, Luke, let's go over here. And the motherfuckers ain't gave one dime to the campaign. Ain't gave one dime to the campaign. And all y'all on here, Luke, you need to run for office. You need to run. Go get him, Luke. $10. Really? $10. $10. I'm just saying. You think this shit is free? You think flyers are free? You think mailers are free? You think commercial ads are free? You think radio ads are free? You think staffing is free? You got to have a comms guy. You got to have a campaign manager. You got to have a street team. You got to have a van. You got to have transportation. You think all this shit is free? $10. I'm going to expose all my friends. They're going to be so fucking mad with me, which I don't care because I'm going to put all of my friends on blast. So if you know anybody that knows me and they have not donated, because I get a list on Act Blue, I get a complete list of people who donated to the campaign. And if they didn't donate to even the little freaks who want to be my woman, you're not getting, no, cut you off. Simple as that. I'm just saying. I'm just going to be totally transparent. You want me to be transparent? I'm going to be transparent. We're going to win the campaign with you or without you. It's just that simple. I can see them now. You win the campaign. They ain't gave a dime. They ain't contributed nothing. Then they want to be all up in the video. They want to be all up on the show. They want to be all up on the stage. Oh, you ain't called me when they swore you in Washington, D.C. I don't understand why you ain't called me. I thought I was your friend. Hey, what's up, man? No. You are not on the campaign list. You are not on the contributing fundraiser list. No. I got new friends. Simple as that. No, 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 no. I got friends who. Should I expose them right now? Luke, man, Luke, let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go there. Hey, man, what's up, man? You want to make a donation to the campaign? You need to call all my friends. Can you call my lawyer? Can you call my accountant? Can you call? Motherfucker, it ain't but $3,300 for you, rich man. Listen. But in the words of Drake, no new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no new friends. And you got to get rid of some of the other ones. No new friends, no new friends. And you got to get rid of some of the other ones. Hey, man, we got a big show today. I love it. I thank you all for joining us today. This is the Uncle Luke Show podcast brought to you by Luke Gear. I had to put the Luke Gear on. Normally, I would have on this right here. Hey, this is going to be available this week. As soon as these people finish this website, I went through 3 web designers. I'm going to tell you, I went through 3 web designers. All of them are black. All of them are black. And they haven't done shit yet. Oh, one guy said, oh, Luke, I'll have the website done in 30 minutes. And it was 2 weeks. Oh, Luke, I have the website done right now. Oh, Luke, now when I go get Phil Suarez or Nestor Torres to do it, people gotta build his website. Man, don't get me started. That's why I work across the aisle. They want to shock me out as a moderate. Oh, Luke is a moderate. He works across the aisle. You goddamn right. Whatever it is to get the money and bring the money back to my district. Yes, I am. Whatever you want to call me. Give me a name. I am going to bring the money back to my district. You want me on that wall. You want me representing you. And that's what I'm going to do. I can't wait for that. Hey, look, I'm going to just tell y'all. Be prepared for the hate. Be prepared. As the election go on, it start getting dirty. It's going to get dirty. When you start losing, you get dirty. They're going to get dirty. I'm expecting the dirtiness. But I'm going to tell you all who gets dirty in this campaign. When you get dirty with me in this campaign, I am going to get dirty with your staff. I'm going to expose your staff. I'm going to do it totally different. But I don't want to do that. It's a clean campaign. I did NBC 6. Make sure y'all check out the show Jackie Nesbitt on this Sunday, right before Meet the Press. NBC 6 in Miami. I did a show yesterday. Taped it. Talked about some beautiful things. Everybody, when I do all of these shows on this campaign, they first say, why are you running? Why am I not running? Why are you running, Luther Campbell? Are you running because the candidate has been indicted and has all kind of ethics violations, in your opinion, allegedly having epic violation? I can't even say that shit good. No, I was going to run a year ago. No. I don't wish bad luck on nobody. I wish the lady didn't have all these ethic violations. And I wish the lady didn't have whatever the hell is going on, the indictments and shit. Because I like a good fight. I'm running because these people are underserved. It's just that simple. It's so easy, man. Let me tell you, it is so fucking easy. I look at these campaigns. It is so easy to bring the money back to the community. It is so easy. And it's so easy to take special interest group money. That's why I want $10. And that you guys are not going to force me to take special. Let me explain to y'all how this works. When the people don't give the $10 or they don't contribute to the campaign, then the regular candidate will then go and get special interest group money. The special interest group money, they'll put their money on a horse that they can control. They'll put their money on a horse that they could control. And so you might have a black candidate And all of a sudden, he got all this money to buy commercials, advertisement, mailers, all this phone banks, all these different things. He running around with all the T-shirts on, looking all pretty and all that there. 99.1% of the time, if you did not donate to his campaign, a special interest group donated to his campaign. What is a special interest group, Luke? A special interest group is a group of people who have special interests in your district, meaning I want to control the water in their district. 99% of the time, they don't look like us. They put money into the candidate's campaign. And the first thing they do is, okay, I want the water contract. Special interest group, the developer. You want to know how your community get gentrified? The developer puts the money into the black guy or girl campaign, and he controls them, and he controls all development in that district. So he is the one they give the contracts to. And he gets the contracts. He gets to build what the hell he wants to build in your community, and he gets to put whoever he wants to put in those houses. So you see houses going up. Oh, yeah, commissioner doing a good job. They got houses going up. Oh, congresswoman doing a good job. They got houses going up. And then you look at the people on the job. Right by and look at the people on the job. Huh, they don't look like us. And nowadays, they're real slick. They put masks on. They put a whole towel around their head, towel around their face and all that, because that is what they tell the contractor. The developer tells them, the workers, hey, look, if you ain't white, and if you're Hispanic and you're building in a black community, we need you to wrap your face up. They ain't wrapping themselves up from the goddamn sun. They're wrapping themselves up because they don't want the people in the community to call back to the commissioner and say, Commissioner, why in the hell you don't have our people doing those jobs? Why you have their people doing those jobs? And then that allows the developer to continuously enrich his people. Enrich his people and not your people, because if our people are doing those jobs, we get to stay in the community because we're making $30, $40 an hour. Why the fuck do we got to move? Matter of fact, we can afford to be living in one of these affordable housing that we're building in. And then they didn't get the building manager, the job. Not the job manager, but when they build a building, they get the building manager and they have a process. Who gets in and who gets out? Who can't get in? What's affordable to who? Well, the affordable housing, your income has to be worth, you have to be making $35,000 a year. So what happened? You just took our HUD government housing projects and you turned it into affordable to not us. What the fuck just happened? You got duped by your commissioner, by your congressperson. You just got duped. They took the HUD housing projects, redeveloped them. They looked at beautiful, and they developed you out of your entire community. This is shit. You want people ask, look, why you running? What do I start? You won't be doing that on my watch. So that's why they're going to be dumping plenty of money into my opponent's pockets. They're going to be dumping plenty of money into my opponent's pockets because they know I will not stand for that. Under no circumstance, you will not put policies and guidelines involved into a redevelopment of a government housing project in the black community, and then you will then disenfranchise our people. That's what the hell goes on, people. That's what goes on. It's not only is it in Florida or is it my district, it's all over the country. So my district is going to be the shining light of how the fuck you do it right, because these developers are not going to like me. Under no circumstances, I will not allow them to go and take government housing projects, land in the black community. You then come and develop on there, and then now when the black person, the mom and the daughter comes, and the children come, and the mom want to buy this property or rent in this property, then you got a long list of shit. Oh, you got to be making $35,000 a year. Oh, you got to be this right here. Oh, you got to be that right there. And then all of a sudden they don't meet those standards. And then they then get turned away. But then when Julio Raimondo come up there, what you want this new project to look like, when they come up there, then all of a sudden they get in and we don't get in. See, that's what happens. And then before you know it, you're looking down the street and your community that you grew up in has been gentrified. I'm just saying. So when you don't give the $10 to the campaign and you allow special interest groups to give to the campaign, then all you're doing is selling your person off. You got a school board. A special interest group get a hold of your school board representative, and just say they got the milk contract. Do you know how much milk they sell in a school district? Just the fucking milk contract, just the banana contract is a multi-million-dollar contract. Are they giving it to people that look like you? No. Are they going out to the community and say, hey, give this type of deal to those people? Nope. You see things like this going on. Speaking of this, government is designed to give back to who supports them. Government is designed to give back to who supports them. Look at this right here. Look at this right here.
Every shady thing this administration is doing, you don't. You know how ICE is buying up all of these detention centers? They're overpaying for them massively, and we don't know who's pocketing those profits. Let me show you the most egregious example. In Social Circle, Georgia, a town of 5,000 people, ICE bought a warehouse from a company called PNK Group, owned by Andrei Sharkov. The company was originally incorporated in Russia, and Sharkov, who's no longer a Russian citizen but still spends time in Moscow, bought this property less than 2 years ago for $29.4 million. ICE paid $128.5 million for it in 2026. That is a $99 million profit in under 2 years, and the sale, it closed in 4 days. Federal property acquisition usually takes months. So here's the question nobody's answering. Where did that extra $99 million go? Who benefited from this deal, and why did it happen so fast? People are starting to ask legitimate questions about corruption, because it turns out the Social Circle isn't an isolated case. It is a pattern. In Hamburg, Pennsylvania, ICE bought a warehouse for $87.4 million. The seller had purchased it just 16 months earlier for $57.5 million. That is a 52% markup for a property they barely owned for a year. In Surprise, Arizona, ICE paid $70 million for a warehouse the county valued at $46.6 million. That's a 50% markup. In Hagerstown, Maryland, ICE paid $102.4 million for a property that was refinanced 7 months earlier at $76.8 million. 33% markup. In Socorro, Texas, ICE paid $122.8 million for a warehouse El Paso County appraised at $29 million, a 323% markup. ICE has spent over $690 million acquiring just 7 warehouses. That's our money, by the way, our taxpayer money, and they have overpaid on every single one. And they're just getting started. ICE is planning to spend $38.3 billion, again of our money, turning warehouses and former prisons into detention centers.
Can you believe this? That's special interest groups putting money into Donald Trump's campaign. And he's repaying them back. That is how it works. That is how it works, people. You ask, where do you donate? The QR code on the top. Website will be up this week. That's how it works, people. That's how it works. Your candidate gets in, whether they're the president or the school board member or the chief of police. You then go back to them and say, hey, look, for my millions and millions of dollars that I'm putting into this campaign, I want X, Y, Z. I want to be the one who goes and buy the facilities and or you're going to give me the money. You're going in the case of the government, you're going to give. I'm going to go purchase the land, and you're going to sell me the land. I'm going to sell the land. I'm sorry. I'm going to go purchase the land. I'm going to sell the land back to the government for 20 times of what it's worth. That's how it works. I'm going to purchase the land, you're going to give me these properties because, newsflash, a lot of properties in the community have been taken over because of tax purposes. The city and the county owns them. You should go and exercise the rights to go and try and take some of these properties and pay the taxes on it, and then you take the property free and clear, and then you then tell them that you're going to develop on it. I'm going to go and take all these properties and these communities here, and we're going to develop them. We're going to develop them for who? That's what's going on, people. That's what happens. That's what happens. See, because you all, us, we don't sit here and be a part of the political process. We don't get involved in fundraising. We'll see a flyer go across, oh, fundraise, I'm trying to raise some money to do this. See, what I do is I raise money for candidates. But when I tell them, if you're taking special interest group money, then I'm not giving you the money. Don't ask for no money. So they'll go a different way. Don't ask for no money from me. Because I know you get ready to sell us out for the special interest group, because the special interest group 9 times 10 are some developer, and that developer gives you max out $3,300, and then he'll tell everybody in his corporation max out too. So he'll give all of his staff and everybody in the corporation bonuses, and those bonuses are to do what? Give money to the campaign. And then you have what they call a PAC, where you can give unlimited money. That PAC then supports that campaign. So you can give an unlimited amount of money to the PAC. The PAC that supports the Luther Campbell campaign, the Donald Trump campaign, the whoever campaign. I'm telling you. That's what's going on, bros. So we don't get a donate the $10. That's what you get. I'm not going to keep beating the dead horse. I'm going to just let y'all know. I'm going to show y'all better than I can tell you. Look at this.
Your driver's license, Mr. Scott has his out. If you took yours out, I'm looking at mine. Yeah. What we're talking about here is, does your driver's license tell us where you were born? It does not. Does it?
No, not in the state of Wisconsin.
Mr. Scott, yours doesn't either. Because what we're talking about is registration. You cannot use this ID to register to vote under your bill. Is that correct, Mr. Stiles?
You could not use your ID. That would be an accurate statement.
Chairman Stiles, do you have a passport?
I personally do have
You
a passport.
do have a passport.
I'm part of the roughly 50% of Americans.
You're roughly 50% of Americans have a passport because you travel. About 50% of Americans don't travel internationally. They don't have that money.
Let me stop this right here. So you say, Luke, where you going at with this? Where the fuck are you going at with this? This is voter disenfranchised. I touched on this on my last show when I talked about women. They're going after women voters. They're going after voters. In this piece, it's going to show you when she's finished dissecting this guy, it's going to tell you they're trying to get over 20 million Americans not able to vote. I want you to watch this shit real close. This is how serious this thing is going. Watch it.
One of the reasons you have to have a certain amount of money to be able to travel internationally to get that passport, to pay for that passport. Is that correct?
There is a charge to
there is
a
a
U.S.
charge.
passport.
21.3 million American citizens of voting age don't have ready access to citizenship documents. This is ready access. We already discussed earlier the fact that this bill, you have changed the enactment date of this bill to go in effect as soon as it is signed into law. And if that happens, then this 21.3 million American citizens who might not be prepared for a future in a few weeks, in terms of Texas, who might want to, they're excited about the race. They're excited about the Republicans, senators who are running against each other and battling it out. They're excited about the Democrat primaries. They want to get involved. They want to register to vote. They might be on one of the 21.3 million Americans who don't have ready access to citizenship documents. That's what we are concerned about, is that by rushing this into law, you are going to prevent so many people from being able to register to vote. And that's unacceptable. When you say how many immigrants are too many voting, I'd flip the question and ask you, how many eligible citizens are you worried about being turned away because you are rushing something like this into law?
That's the question. That's what it's all about. Hijacking the election. 20 million people not able to register to vote because they need all these documents. Citizens. We're not talking about illegal immigrants. We're talking about citizens of the United States of America. You got to go get a passport. It's the point she was making. You have to go. How many people got a passport? Do you have a passport? Do you have a passport? Do your 18-year-old have a passport? The people who have a passport is to use their passport. They want to travel all over the world. The average person don't go get a passport until they're getting ready to go travel abroad. So they're telling you, we need you to have a passport. So now you got to go pay $160 for a passport in order to vote. Then the passport got to then match your ID. What if you just got married? What if you got married and your name is Paula, your regular name is Paula Hancock, and you just got married to Paula, you're now Paula Jones. You got to go do this whole circle thing all over again because it don't match the voter's registration card. Really? You guys getting ready to get disenfranchised, and you're sleeping at the wheel. These people are going to keep control of everything that's going on in America. Keep playing with it if you want. Look, here goes some more. Here goes some more trick daddy. Yeah.
Of Iran firing one missile towards Israel at a cost of $250,000, and America firing 11 Patriot missiles to help Israel intercept it, costing us $44 million. Now, according to reports, Iran has launched over 100 to 150 missiles towards Israel just in the last 2 days alone, which, according to my math, $44 million times 150, that's like $7 billion already spent defending Israel. Meanwhile, this is what the streets of America look like right now.
Take a picture of that. Then ask me, Luke, why are you running for Congress? That is the very reason why I am running for Congress. And anybody else on here should be running for Congress. That's it. That's it. That's it. You're spending millions and millions of dollars across to go bomb everybody and cost billions and trillions of dollars to go bomb everybody, be a mad bomber, to then take the oil and all that shit. Meanwhile, people in America are suffering. Luke, why you want to run for Congress? What you don't think everything is okay? No, everything is not okay. When people in Belgrade and Pahokee and South Bay, until America is rich, until my district is well off and they walking around and they living like Pleasantville and they got the jobs and the perfectly manicured, there ain't no crime because the kids are working, they have a skill set, they have a trade and they're making money and everybody's laughing and everybody's giggling. And when you ride down the street, it looks like Black Wall Street used to look, where they got the stores and they got the furniture stores, they got the clothing stores, they got the nightclubs, they got the teen discos back. I remember I had the teen disco pack jam. We used to have a beautiful time. They got the teen discos, they got the skating rink. Everybody just living, the dollar is circulating 100 times within the community. That's what I'm on. That is what I'm sorry. That's what I'm on. It should be that way. So they're gonna have a problem with me then. Luke, you need to be sending all this money overseas. Where are you now? No, I'm going to be the one that's sitting there screaming about, no, I need money going back to my community. I can't have. People will have houses and the insurance companies are dragging them, and the insurance is costing more than their mortgage in some cases. I can have seniors and veterans sitting there. They got to take they got to take their veteran assistance money, that the money that's supposed to go for medication. They got to take that money to do what? To purchase food, because they don't know it's no governmental assistance to say, here are the things that you guys can use to activate, and you can use this to do this, and you can use that to do this, and you can do this with your family and all that. People, there is a lot of governmental assistance and things that veterans can take advantage of, but there is no outreach. Only people who are aware of these things are the smart people who was in the military, the clerical people, the people who are suffering from PTSD. They don't understand. The only thing they do is go down to the vet. You need people to be able to give them the information and say, this is how you use the system to benefit you as well as your family. Come on, man. Anybody looking for no handout? I'm not about the handout. It's not a handout. This is what's due to you. Oh, they got a big infrastructure bill, trillions of dollars in the infrastructure, and we can't even get from Belgrade to Pahokee, and we can't even create transportation to get back and forth so people can go there and work. Really? Really? Oh, we need affordable housing. What? What the hell the Congresswoman was doing? You, what? What? That's simple. Hey, hold on. Give me this property back. Hey, some of you guys, come on over here. Some of you ex-NFL players from Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, come on. Hey, look here, man, we're going to have a roundtable discussion. This is how you can then create a business within the business to then redevelop your community, and you can hire the people from your community, and you can get these young people jobs so they won't be in there killing and running each other up and down. Look, Trick Daddy open up a restaurant. When I was out here to Sistron, I was at Sistron Festival.
You're a shooting star, I see.
No, I don't want to play that. I was at the Sistron Festival this weekend, and I saw so many beautiful people. I saw beautiful people down Sistron. You got Chris Smith. He's not a fan of mine. That's okay. Hopefully he becomes. You got Trick Daddy open up a restaurant down the street, full up. Chris Smith, the other restaurants down there, vibrant. Is there more work that can be done? Yes. That's the vibrant community. That community is no different than any other community in America, in any other Black community. Those that we have to say. Don't think they ain't coming. They coming. They're coming. They're coming to take the community away from them. I'm telling you. Stop playing these videos while I'm talking. Please. I'm just saying. Every community in America should look like that. Does it need more work? Yes. Does it need more money? Yes. Does everybody have an entrepreneurial spirit? Yes. Small business. You give business loans to people who are entrepreneurs, and not that little $10,000. That shit ain't gonna even open up the doors. No, the little $10,000 ain't gonna open up the doors. I like it. It's cute for a lot of these commissioners. It's cute. We're gonna give you $10,000. That ain't paying nothing. Let me not. Okay, it can't give you the first and last month of your rent. Yes, it can. But people need real money. People need real funding, just like everybody else, just like I just showed all this, everybody else, just like this right here. I'm just saying, people need real funding. Real funding.
So I'm going to stop wars. We don't need the wars. I will end the chaos in the Middle East. I will prevent World War III. We will expel the warmongers from our government. I will restore peace. Look at his rhetoric. I said, no, my rhetoric's going to keep us out of wars. We're ending wars all over this planet.
Why are you in a war? Why are you in a war? It's about the money. I just showed you earlier. The war is about the money. Everything is about the money. Follow the money. Follow the money. It's all about the money. Listen, let me just keep it a buck. It ain't been like this since Trump got in there. It's always been like this. Look at Jasmine Crockett, our good friend Jasmine Crockett, who fight for the people, fight for the Democratic Party. She's out there going hard every day. She runs for Senate in the state of Texas in a Democratic primary, and she loses. She lost. Why would Jasmine Crockett lose a Democratic primary in Texas, who she fights for every day? She goes down there and drags the Republicans on a regular basis, and some nobody guy beats her. Make that make sense. Just let that sit on your mind right there. I just want you to take a moment of silence for that there. And Jasmine Crockett, I love her to death. But just take a second and think about that. It wasn't no Republicans or no MAGA who had to vote for her or voted against her. No. These were all Democrats. These are all Democrats. This was the Democratic Party chair who allegedly did some unforeseen things to prevent Jasmine from winning. That's a situation where the polls were supposed to be extended past 7 o'clock. One judge said the polls need to be extended from past 7 o'clock. Then who in the hell in the party went to the Texas Supreme Court to get another ruling to close the polls down? It wasn't Trump people. It wasn't MAGA. They had nothing to do with that. That wasn't their fight. They was completely out of it. Who was it? It was the Democratic Party in Texas that went and lined up the Supreme Court. Supreme Court members said, hey, look, you got to close the polls down. So I know Jasmine is saying, look, we all blue no matter who. That's not, yes, we still got to fight the big machine, and we need all y'all to come on and line up because we got to go against them and everything like that. Yeah, that's what it is and everything. We have to do that. We're going to fight for that and do these things. But again, it wasn't nobody else. So you kind of got to watch the party. You got to keep a close eye on the party. Because this party can be for Black people, but then the people don't look like us really want to continuously keep control. I'm just saying. You got to remember, Donald Trump was a card-carrying blue member of the Democratic Party. A lot of billionaires and a lot of multimillionaires are in the Democratic Party to keep control of the money that they're raking in for their people and not necessarily for you. That's why I'm wondering. That's why they started to give me a name. They saying, oh, you're different. Yes, I am different. I'm for my people. I go to represent this district here. They put me in office. I'm going there to represent my district. And I'm going to get it done by all means necessary. I'm sorry. Call me what you want to call me. Spell my name right. Are you going to work cross? Jasmine, the lady asked me on NBC6 that I'll be on this Sunday morning. Were you going to be able to work across the aisle? Sweetheart, have I not been working across the aisle? In order to get big parks rebuilt in my community, I had to work across the aisle. It wasn't only one Democrat on the dais. There's only one Democrat. To be able to get things passed in my community, there was a lot of situations where just one Democrat. You got to work across the aisle. You got to do it. I'm just saying. It's not a popularity contest. They want us to run out there and act like buffoons and all this here, fighting these people. Hey, look here, man. I'm fighting for money to come back to the district. I'm sorry. I've always been like that. Speaking of power, I played this on Monday, Dabo Sweeney, and I just went off. Everybody got in their little feelings and everything. We're moving to college football. Let me just say this before I play this Dabo Sweeney thing again. Let me just say this. College football is getting ready to be politicized the same way it is because it's big money. It's black and white young men from disadvantaged households and situations making millions and millions of dollars. They have no control over it. That's college football. That's college sports, not just football. Basketball also, baseball, softball. You see a little young black lady. She's making multi-million-dollar contract. First softball player to get a big-ass contract. Shots out to her. You see in the basketball, girls in basketball. You see in all the different sports in college sports. They're reaping benefits. But then there are some coaches who feel that these kids should not be making the same amount of money or more money than them and their coaches, even though they're the ones out there playing. So people like Dabo Sweeney wants to pose some situations. They got a fix for it all to regulate the niggas. They have a fix for it all. It ain't just black kids, it's white kids out there too. And most of those white kids come from the same situation as the black kids. Most of the white kids come from disadvantaged household situations. They come from the same thing. But they never talk about how these kids benefit from an educational standpoint. Because first of all, let me just upset all these motherfuckers right now. First of all, these kids do not have a 4-year guaranteed scholarship. That's number one. Just know that. It is a 1-year guaranteed with 4 options. That's a fact. So when you think that these kids are going to college and they get to have a big party, oh, my son got a 4-year ride to the University of Miami. My son got a 4-year ride scholarship to the University of Florida. Nope, it's only 1-year guarantee with options. I don't care whether it's football, basketball, whatever the fuck it is. Every year, the coach has to re-up the contract. You will not hear Dabo Sweeney talking about changing that. His only concern is when you get ready to leave me. That's his only concern. You will not hear about Dabo Sweeney, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin, Nick Saban, Mario Cristobal, none of these motherfuckers. You will not hear about none of these motherfuckers talking about this is a sport that has 80 to 90% African Americans, and why in the fuck you all don't have no black offensive coordinators? Hello? Oh shit. You're telling me you care about these kids when you walk up in their house? Got a little tingly from my podcast on Monday. So I posed the question to you. All these white Power 5 coaches, why you don't have a black quarterback coach? I'll wait. Put it in the chat. Why you don't have, since you love black people so much, and you love these black mamas and their black babies, why, and you care about your players, why you don't have any black offensive coordinators? I'll wait. In the Power 4. It don't fucking exist. It is racist. College football, as you see it right now, is a fucking racist institution. Explain to me why they have, this shit ain't no different than the fucking slave trade. They have position coaches who are black. They coach defensive back. They coach receiver. They coach running back. They coach some D-line, some O-line. Every now and then they'll do D-line, but they won't do the O-line. They will not be the quarterback coach. They will not be the offensive coordinator. This is in college football. Since you want all this fairness for all these players and you want all these regulations and all that, fuck that. Straighten up your situation. Jimmy Sexton represents all of the top coaches. Has Jimmy Sexton told Lane Kiffin why you don't hire a fucking black quarterback coach or a black offensive coordinator? Has he told Kirby Smart that? They will fucking recycle trash. They will put people on the roster. They'll put people on their staff. Give them a title and not even be the coach for that position. That's how much they give a fuck about black coaches. I want to tell you, you got to start there, Dabo. You got to start there, Kirby. You got to start there, Mario. You got to start there, all you Nick Saban. You got to start there. Start there. Let's start there. I'll give you credit, Dabo. A little. You gave Tony the opportunity to be offensive coordinator, but you did it slick, Dabo. You did it slick. You had Tony and you had the white guy as co-offensive coordinator because you could not stomach giving Tony the fucking job. So then the other white guy, I don't call his name, he ended up going to South Florida getting a head coaching job because he was the offensive coordinator at Clemson. He went to South Florida, got a head coaching job, took Charlie Weiss Jr., Lane Kiffin's fucking offensive coordinator with him, made him the offensive coordinator. Them motherfuckers got their ass whooped and all of them got fired. Tony then goes to Virginia and he's winning like a motherfucker. So tell me who's really calling the plays. Tell me who's really doing the work. I'm just saying. We are dealing with a racist institution called the NCAA where you only have but a few guys that's black head coaches, and some of these black head coaches, y'all fucked up too. Because what y'all do is y'all go run and get white boys to be y'all coordinators also. Not giving no black guys no opportunities. So y'all know, oh, I got to get a white guy a job. I got to please Jimmy because I got to, because I know he's going to be the coordinator here, and then he's going to then get a job over here, and then he's going to then go do good over here. Then he's going to then go, and they're going to take him from over there, and then they're going to put him in the Power 5, and then that's how that's going to go. It's a big-ass carousel. So you're going to tell me you give a fuck about black people? Really? Really? Really, Dabo? Listen to this shit right here. I want you all to listen to this shit.
Players whose head coaches leave or the head coach is fired may also transfer without a consequence. If you graduate, you can transfer without a consequence. For all other instances, players must sit one season following their transfer. This would mitigate, not eliminate, but this would mitigate the tampering and again, in some cases, the extortion with agents trying to renegotiate every single year. However, I want to say this. Any player who does have to sit a year, they can have that year of eligibility back reinstated upon graduation. This would incentivize graduation and minimize this 3-4 time transfer situation that to me is played.
Okay.
That everybody gets one free.
So tell me, where did he say? Where did he say we'll put in the deal where you get a 4-year guaranteed scholarship? What did he say 4-year guarantee? No, everything is about protecting him and these coaches. They want to blame it on agents. Agents don't get on the phone. What the agent? If the agent calls you, if you have a uniform guidelines, if the agent calls you, like in the NFL, if another team calls another coach, then he's tampering. If an agent calls you and say, "Hey, I got Bobo over here at Appalachian State, and Bobo want to come over there to y'all," then you supposed to be saying, "Hey, look at man, that's a violation. I can't talk to you." How about getting your house in order straight? But you guys are the ones doing it, and the agents ain't even got the sense enough to do that. The coaches get on the phone, Dabo, stop that. Y'all get on the phone and say, call up the high school coach and tell the high school coach, man, I'm interested in your guy over there. How much he get paid? Is he interested in coming over there to me? That is how it works. Stop it. Stop it. That's how it works. So if you really love these kids so much, let's keep it a buck. If you love these kids so much, if you love them so much, now let's talk 4-year guarantee. I can tell you one thing. If you tell a young man, say, look here, man, you're going to come here. We're going to give you this NIL money right here. And you're going to be guaranteed 4 years scholarship at this institution right here. Nobody else is offering that. This is how much we love you, and this is how much we're going to put into developing you, and you don't have to worry about leaving at no time. He didn't say none of that. He talked about getting a year back of eligibility. You get a year back. Having an organization where you say, hey, look, all these college coaches, where you say, hey, man, we're fair. Y'all got to clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. When you can't have a black coach coaching the quarterback position, that's a problem. Y'all sit around the campfire, I know that's the standards. When you can't have a black offensive coordinator, that's the problem. Let me just make it worse. I know a guy, right? T. Martin. Let's use him for example, because I like to use examples because y'all think I'll be talking out of my fucking mind, which I'm not. T. Martin coached Lamar Jackson at the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson won the MVP under T. Martin. T. Martin coached Sam Darnold, who last time I checked was in the Super Bowl. At USC, T. Martin was the offensive coordinator. T. Martin developed Sam Darnold. He helped Lamar become all-pro. Sam Darnold was on the fucking taxi squad. Sam Darnold didn't even come in recruited as a quarterback for USC. T. Martin found him on the practice squad, developed him, and became the starter at USC. He then ends up getting drafted, and this kid goes on to do what? Play in the Super Bowl. But here's the crazy part about it. Where the fuck is T. Martin's job? Where's T. Martin's job? T. Martin was at the Ravens. Their coach went to the Giants. He didn't take T. Martin with him. T. Martin should be the creme de la creme. The quarterback coach for the Buffalo Bills. The previous quarterback coach for the Buffalo Bills is now the current head coach for the Buffalo Bills. He was the fucking quarterback coach. So you see the double standards? You see the double standards? Tim Martin's sitting home right now waiting for the phone call to get him a job. He's represented, I'm pretty sure he's represented by Jimmy Sexton. Why the fuck T. Martin can't get a job? Hartline is the receiver coach over at Ohio State. All of a sudden, Hartline is the greatest thing since sliced bread. He can go get him a job at South Florida? Really? Oh, he's coming back home. He's coming home. He coached Jeremiah Smith. He coached all those great receivers at Ohio State. Well, last time I checked, the receivers been gangster for the longest at Ohio State. Where's Corey Raymond? Corey Raymond coached more first-round draft picks in the NFL at LSU than law allows. Why Corey Raymond ain't got no head coaching job? You see what I'm saying? It's not just a Dabo thing. The NCAA, in my opinion, is fucking racist. The NCAA, as you can see it is totally racist, and majority of the coaches that are in there are racist. Until they give black coaches the same opportunity that they give the white coaches, then they fucking ass is racist. They'll have a white DB coach all day. So I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Y'all can be mad at me. Why can I say this? I got 20 years in this shit. I got 20 years in coaching. Speaking of 20 years in coaching, look at this shit right here. Look at this right here. Y'all just take a look at it. I'm gonna get me a drink of water because this is gonna be a long one here. Just take a look at this right here. Take a look at it. You see it? There you go right there. Take a look at it. College sports. Donald Trump. He has his group. He has his group of house Negroes. Tiger Woods, he ain't black. Condoleezza Rice, he ain't black. I told y'all what's getting ready to go down. They're getting ready to create policy to stop these young black men and these what they call poor white trash white kids. They get ready to try to stop them from reaping the benefits off of NIL. They want to regulate them. They have no representation. They are not a part of a union. This is what I told y'all what they were getting ready to do. Since I'm talking about this, let me bring in the lady whose team was the worst organization where she left them. Pittsburgh Steelers' worst organization, according to the players. The shit leaked of how they treat the players. Goddamn. Seemed like they was having them boys sleep in an outhouse. No Spirit Airlines in the middle of the day. They were eating from the corner bakery. Damn.
Not fooling with you. I'm not fooling with you today. You would bring me up here right now. On this particular topic. Hi, good to see you.
How you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while.
Y'all see the beautiful D Love Sports. Make sure y'all check D Love Sports out on all of her platforms. D Love Sports, YouTube. She does the coffee in the morning. I was in there this morning. She didn't even notice I was in there. I can't be hanging out
very briefly this morning. In between.
Yeah, you were on the way out and I was on the way in. I don't even think you was looking at your phone. You was just talking and running. Yeah, that's how that works. With D Love Sports, y'all can check out on all these platforms. She covered the Defenders. She covers Maryland football. She covers it all, and she knows her sports. So
Washington Wizards as well.
The Washington Wizards. She covers. She covers somebody for me, but I ain't gonna call their name.
I'm gonna leave them alone.
Lord, how you doing, D? How's it been going?
It's been going. We're about to embark on the NFL draft.
Let the people see this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're about to embark on the NFL draft, so I'm excited about that. That's one of my favorite events to cover, so that'll be cool. Even though it's in Pittsburgh, it should be fun. No shade to Pittsburgh. I'm saying that because I think drafts on the East Coast are interesting because they start later, right? And when everything's over, most of the cities on the East Coast, they close at like 2:00. Outside of the South Florida and stuff like that. So once the draft is over and done with, it's not really places to really celebrate, right? Like you want to have a dinner after, your person has made it and celebrate. But that's why East Coast drafts are a little weird to me in a city that don't stay open late.
So speaking of the draft, right? You got this NFL quarterback carousel. What's your opinion on that? I mean, Kyler Murray, he gets cut. You're going to have Tua. He's going to get cut. You got this big ass carousel. People's, you don't have that many quarterbacks coming out in the draft. I mean, what's your opinion of all this?
I think it's interesting because I think Sam Darnold made it interesting, but Sam Darnold was also successful at his last team. They just didn't do well postseason because normally teams that win the Super Bowl already have their quarterback in house. They have something like established, right? There's not this brand new system, brand new quarterback thing happening when you think about the teams that have won the Super Bowls. And then you look at what the Seattle Seahawks were able to do with a lot of players we didn't even know. they were able to accomplish so much. So with this carousel, I think that has left optimism for me, because some quarterbacks can flourish better in certain systems. I think it's time for Kyler Murray change. I think it's time for Tua to change environment for them. So I think it's good. I don't agree with some of the narratives that are being pushed about Kyler Murray. I don't know if they're being paid or they just want the clicks, but I'm excited for him to find a new home for sure.
Yeah, I think what made me not a Kyler Murray fan. I forget what game it was where it was another when he was a rookie. It was another brother quarterback. After the game, went to shake his hand. He took off in the locker room. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I think that all quarterbacks, especially the brothers, need to have a bond because they should understand what it took to become a quarterback in this league and how bonded you should be, whether you win the game or not. But that's an interesting thing. So you got another question I want to ask you. You got March Madness getting ready to happen, right?
Yeah.
Here's something that's been floating around. They get ready to make trillions of dollars off of this game. Do you think these players should be getting a bonus if they're getting NIL money, or just a part of the?
You said get a vote?
Get a bonus.
Oh, a bonus. I was like, get a vote for what? Yeah, in a way, I'm cool. I am cool with the idea of getting a bonus, but what that entails, I don't know. Meaning, just like getting a check for like as they go through the tournament and if they continue to win through the
similar
tournament.
to the NFL, you get into the playoffs.
I'm cool with some type of stipend, whatever that is. For the guys everybody's not getting NIL money. I know there's this thing that because you're on a college team that you're getting, a check. Everybody's not getting the check because everybody isn't doesn't check all the boxes. So and people are getting scholarship. That counts as a check too. I don't think people realize that, the tuition ain't free. So with that being said, everybody's not getting the amount of money that they think. Some players may be getting very, very little. So if it was something that was equal across the board, I'm okay with, because there are stars on the team getting paid a lot more than some other players.
Yeah, and it's crazy, right? Because when you think about the reason why I asked that, when you think about the NCAA, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about it I think about it from the standpoint of the Gonzagas of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Those Cinderella teams who are in the tournament playing against these high-paid Louisvilles and Alabamas and Dukes and all them who getting big checks. And these guys over here, they're the Cinderella. They're the rec team made up, but then they out there playing fundamentally sound basketball and they're beating people and they're just moving up the rankings. And those guys are not getting rewarded nor getting nowhere the amount of money that these other players are getting. But they are the ones who people are really tuning into, because when it's a Cinderella, you want to look at Cinderella.
Yeah, when the bracket is busted, you want to see you want to see the team that has busted up your bracket. Correct.
Exactly. So now, speaking of basketball, this gonna be a great topic for you. I'm gonna just look at your face when I say this. Magic City night at the Atlanta Hawks. How do you feel about Magic City night at the Atlanta Hawks?
I like it. I was actually saying this, and I never made it real about it. I like it because NBA needs a scandal. NBA needs something. They are missing a lot. They are not getting the attention. They ain't getting so they need the scandal. If it's not a scandal, but they need all the attention they can get. So I was saying scandal because I was being messy. I was like, you know what? We need an NBA scandal. Adam Silver, we need to doctor something up. And I was thinking like, not this betting stuff. Like, forget the FanDuel, DraftKings. I'm talking, let's go back to don't get mad at me, LeBron. Like Gloria James and who was the guy on the team? She was Delonte West type drama. Like, we need a scandal in the NBA. We need to bring it back. We need Aisha Curry and Megan Thee Stallion and Steph and Clay to be caught up in a little tussle together, the good kind of tussle. You know what I mean? We need a scandal in the NBA.
I guess it's a small scandal because I thought about this when I went to your Sports and Coffee this morning. One of the guys were talking about it, talking about the other player who went out and did this whole letter on why they shouldn't have this and all the NBA players should stand. I forget what the guy named.
I saw him. I mean, I saw the clip, but I didn't. I forget what his name is, but
in your space. I mean, he made a lot of sense because it was like, why you? I mean, his thing was, why you ain't talking about all these other situations that has happened in the NBA, and why you ain't talking about all these different things that are going on, how these women are being disenfranchised and not getting paid the same amount of money, but you want to pick this thing right here as if they're getting ready to have the Magic City dancers turn into the Hawk dancers.
Look, we're talking about it though. That's the people. It's getting the people going. The suspense is up. Like, is this wrong or is it right? Do we want to see it? Do we not want to see it? We're talking about it nevertheless, right? We tuned in. They tuned in.
So what?
I don't really know what it is.
What strip club can the Wizards partner with?
That's a good question. Because I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Because it was what was the one that they used to have? Stadium. Stadium was the
one. I remember Stadium. I went to Stadium a couple times.
Mm-hmm. That was the one out in DC. I honestly don't know the ones in DC no more. I don't know. There's one, I forget which street that is called, but I forgot what it's called. I couldn't tell you.
Let's go down the list of NBA teams Miami.
Would
it be Tootsies or Booby Trap? Which one?
I haven't been to Booby Trap yet, so I gotta go with Tootsies.
I'm going with Booby Trap.
I haven't been to Booby Trap yet, so I gotta scratch that off.
All the NBA players go to Booby Trap. I think if the Heat had Booby Trap night at the stadium, put all the Booby Trap girls on the front row, it'll be a guaranteed win. It'll be a guaranteed win because every one of them, the players from the visiting team, they'll be so focused on the Booby Trap girls that they had slept with the night before when they came in early, because most of them tell the coach, hey man, I need to can you get to Miami a day early? Can we leave that same night? Because they know you can go to Booby Trap on the river. Mm-hmm. That thing just start jumping at 5 in the morning. So them boys is hopping off the plane going to So
Houston has to be a crazy place too.
No. Who would they partner with in LA? Help out in the chat. In LA, what strip club with the Lakers or the Clippers partner up with? Come on now. Y'all in the chat, y'all gotta help me out now.
I don't know LA. I know Houston gonna have it. Houston gonna have it on lock. The Knicks could go with Starlets, or Brooklyn could go with Starlets in New York.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Come on, get your
am I telling y'all too much?
Get your strip club dictionary out. Game plan. Who else? Who else we got? Utah.
Dallas got one too. I can't remember the name. Dallas got one.
Is DG still open? Is DG's in Dallas still open?
I think DG's is still open.
But they do have what is it? Man, they got one in Memphis the same. They got what the name of this strip club in Dallas? Come on, people from Dallas, y'all help me out. It's an after-hour joint. Charlotte. Which strip club will you go to? Will the Charlotte Hornets partner with? Y'all horrible in the chat. Y'all are absolutely horrible in the chat. Y'all don't even know.
No, they still at work. That's why.
What about San Francisco?
I don't know nothing about that. I'm sure Oakland got some. I'm sure Oakland got.
Oakland gotta have room.
Chicago. I know Chicago got one. I know they do. What's the name?
Shaq got a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should just have a whole strip club weekend where they just partner with all of the, because that's where the guys going. I mean, let's keep it real.
The NBA needs this. I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah,
this
that
is
is the
good.
scandal you're looking for. The entire
It's
NCAA.
not really a scandal, but it's not the type of scandal I was deep searching for, kind of conjure up, but it'll work for now.
Now, I know you're passionate about women's sports. When you heard about this, the hockey team, United States hockey team, and Donald Trump and what he had to say, and I know you don't get on governmental topics, but just the mere fact of how that played out with the men hockey team and the women not going to the White House because they felt like they got tried. I mean, what's your opinion on that?
I mean, I feel like go where you feel like you want it and accept it. Like I would say that for any place, like any person. Like I wouldn't want to be in a space where I didn't feel safe, I didn't feel wanted, I didn't feel accepted. If it felt like a chore, and I will stand with that decision to not go if you don't feel like that's a good place for you to be.
Exactly.
Period. Like that's anything. It could, if it could be your everyday job or
Yeah. I mean it is very toxic. So going back to what you came in on that I was ranting about, how do you feel about this crew right here and this whole situation? Because I've been saying it for the longest that they're now trying to create policy for they're trying to create policy. They're trying to push a narrative that these players there need to be law put in place to regulate them from receiving NIL. Everybody has their own opinion. And so now Mr. Trump, our president, has convened this group of people. And somebody say Charlie Ward is on there too. This guy here, he was invited. This group right here are a group, and even if Charlie Ward is on there also, that still don't make it a group that's going to be there to defend the players. I mean, we look at Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice was in the Bush cabinet, card-carrying Republican.
She has something. Is she like a part owner of the Broncos or something? Doesn't she own part owner of a football team?
Something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. But the mere fact that it's like they went and found some black faces to put on here who are basically Oreos. They're black on the outside, but they're white on the inside. And they don't, and they're part of the 1% that does not care anything about these kids on this group. Tiger Woods, same way. Tiger Woods is him and Trump is buddies. I ain't got no problem with that. But Tiger Woods
they really are they? I don't. Yeah, I don't keep up with Tiger like that. But
no, Tiger Woods and Donald Trump is best buddies.
I had no idea.
Donald Trump gave Tiger Woods the Medal of Honor or some shit like that. No, they play golf all the time. They're best friends. They're best friends. You know what I'm saying? And so they have this group of people on here, and Nick Saban, all these people, Nick Saban and the other college coach in the conference, NCAA president, Nick Saban, Condoleezza Rice, Tiger Woods, all these people on here. The black faces are Oreos. They're not for the black people. All these people are the elite of the elites. And all of these people jointly feel like these kids should not be making the money that they're making. So now it's been rolled all the way up there because Nick Saban has been talking to Ted Cruz and everybody else in Congress and everybody in the Senate to then create a bill to do what? To regulate these kids. But the kids don't have nobody representing them. I mean, the NFL. Like the NFL, there's a players union, and there's the owners. There's ownership, and the players union no different than NBA and no different than in the NFL. They have representation, but in college football, they have no representation, and nobody on this list will be there to defend these kids right here. And people always keep asking me, "Oh, well, why are you going to Congress?" Yeah, to prevent stuff like this here. These people right here, and nobody on this list will be there to defend these kids or speak up for the players in that room, whether they're white, black, purple, whatever it is. Not that list there. What's your opinion of that?
Look, I don't I know Nick Saban's take on NIL. I'm a more familiar. I don't know these other people's takes on it in college sports and what people play. So I don't know. I really don't know. This doesn't make sense to me. So therefore, like, it's some type of show. Like it's a show. It doesn't make sense. So
Well, what it
I
is
really I really cannot put into words what what's going to come out of this. I know Nick Saban's point of view. I don't know Adam Silver's point of view when it comes to people getting paid. Condoleezza Rice, outside of her being a part of a football team, ownership wise, I don't know what she has to give. And Tiger Woods being a part of golf, I don't follow college golf, so I don't understand. I don't understand. Like the dots aren't connected to me.
Well, let me put it in perspective. So, Nick Saban has been running around.
Yeah.
His main reason for not coaching college football is because he said, "Look, I don't want to coach no professional football." Bottom line, I ain't trying to coach professional football.
Yeah, and his point of view is the one that I'm very, very clear on. Like he stepped away because he doesn't want to do all this foolishness he wants the kids at his mercy. He don't want to be at the mercy of these kids, if that makes sense.
Correct.
So
And
I understand him, but sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, but I understand him. It's the rest of it. Like, does everybody feel the same way that I just don't know their opinions on it? Of this group?
Everybody in that group. So you have the conference president. You probably can't see him because this thing up here is in the front of you. You got the conference president. You got Condoleezza Rice.
Mm-hmm.
So Condoleezza Rice is the lady in the room. Like, you remember the black lady in the room in Django?
Yeah. I remember her and on the political side, but I think it's
Condoleezza Rice is a card carrying Republican.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, totally out of touch of the black community. She's just a black face with a black elitist that does not reflect our community. Then you got Tiger Woods, same way. Tiger Woods, great golfer, revolutionized the game, but when his dad Earl died, in my opinion, all of his blackness left him because Earl was really on that. Earl was his dad was a person to teach him about black history and the history of us in this country and the history of golf.
Okay.
Tiger Woods, Earl and him, they faced all kind of racial discrimination when he went to golf courses, well documented in all his books. And his dad always told him, "Hey, pay homage to the ones before you." And when he won the damn Masters the first time, he realized that even though he won the Masters, it's still people that didn't like him because you had some of the former golfers, some of the current golfers tell him, "Oh, so what you gonna do? Have watermelon and fried chicken to the Masters dinner next year?" So he faced that on every level, and I just think I would say it to the end of the day that when Earl died, the blackness left from him. That's when he ended up with all the.
So Condoleezza Rice is supposed to be representing the NFL, I'm assuming, since she's a minority owner. I just looked it up. She's a minority owner.
And this group right here, what the NFL got to do with?
I don't know. I'm assuming she's representing football because you got the NBA commissioner. I know Adam Silver, that's basketball. Condoleezza Rice is football because she's a minority owner. She's part of that Walton group for the Denver Broncos. Tiger's representing golf, and Saban is a former coach of college football.
Correct.
That's all I got. So some way, somehow, they're going to be invited to talk about college sports.
They're going to talk about the NIL. That's what they're going to try and figure out a way with none of us at the table of how to regulate college football. Nick wants back into the game, but Nick is not going back into the game under these circumstances.
Until there could be some control. He need that control.
He
He need to
wants
be
that
able to inflict fear.
He wants that control. And I think this right here is I think this may be a piece on Nick and how he feels about NIL. Let me see if I can run this.
From this world where the NIL has changed and players are. What's your reaction to this? A quarterback leaving an undefeated team?
Well, first of all, we don't have a manageable system in college football. I'm not opposed at all to players making money. In fact, I think they deserve that. But 100%. The way we're giving them money now, name, image, and likeness is really not name, image, and likeness. That's supposed to be for a marketing opportunity, which I think is a good thing. But we've turned it into pay for play because we have donor-raised funds to be able to pay people. So that system does not create value long-term for players. I mean, you're supposed to go to college to create value for your future. Now we have guys making decisions about how much money they're going to make, which I'm not sure that's what we want the college experience to be. So I think there can be a revenue share type of program in the future that would enhance the players' quality of life while they're going to school. They would be able to make money, and they would still have name, image, and likeness opportunities that were legitimate marketing opportunities. And I think that this is a situation where you're going to see more consequences like this in the future. Guys get in a portal, they don't get an opportunity, they lose their scholarship, and then guys don't get what they're promised. And the players don't really have any protection from agents that they should have in terms of their representation. They should be represented in a very positive way, and there's no system for that in college athletics right now.
And so that's Nick Saban's take on that. How you feel about that?
I agree and don't and disagree at the same time. I want players to get paid, but as someone that understands, like a coach, the coach's job has changed, right? You have to worry about so much now. Like I feel for the coaches because you got to worry about making sure you have enough money. So you got to argue with your ADs to be like, we need money. We need money. We need money. We need money. And you want us to win? Well, we need money. We can't win without the money, So there is so much that comes with these kids are only staying sometimes because of the check, because somebody somewhere else is going to be offering me more, coach. So what you got? And if the AD doesn't feel the value, and the AD ain't no head coach. The AD, the AD doesn't care about your backstory, your grandma, your auntie. They don't care about none of that. Like, they're going to see, like, are you worth it? Should I be opening my wallet to this kid? And if he tells the coach no, the coach is gone. So if he tells the coach no, the player's gone, and they're in the portal, and they're going to the next school that's going to cut the check. So I feel like it just puts so much drama into the off season, right? Where you were just wondering a few years back if your scholarship was going to continue. Were you going to even be able to have the money to continue to go to school? Let alone what's my check going to be when I play? Now your expectations have changed. Like, we're paying you. There ain't no, there ain't no recovery or rehab. We ain't taking it easy on you. You ain't coming out here developing. You got to be ready to go because we're paying you to be ready to go. I think it's a lot. And I get that part, but I also get the part where everybody's not going to make it to the league. So, let me get what I can right now because I might not make it. So I get both sides of it. And I feel horrible for some coaches because you got to spend that time doing something that you could have been spending, recruiting, or you could spend that time doing something else. You got to sit there with his representative. I don't want to say his agent, his representative, and y'all got to come back and forth with. We're talking numbers with kids and people that aren't licensed to do anything. So
isn't that why they inserted the general manager in the equation now? Every one of these college teams got a general manager, and most of these people came from the NFL, or they're the ones who are normally dealing with the agents and dealing with how much to pay the players, and that kind of takes it kind of takes a lot of that part of the load off of the coach. And in some situations, the general manager is hiring and firing also. Hiring and firing coaches also on the staff, but everything still goes through the head coach. It still got to go to the
He
head
still
coach.
got to go through the head coach. He's the good guy and the bad guy when it comes to these types of deals. And I'm saying he because I'm referencing football, so no offense to the women. The unfortunate part, like you say, is education. Like this has all kind of been abrupt to college football, and these coaches aren't educated enough, and it's not necessarily their fault, right? Of what to say and what not to say. And I actually learned this at the Coach Loxley's conference, the National Coalition for Minority Football Coaches Conference that he had at last month in February in DC. Like there are things that coaches should absolutely not be having conversations with these kids about. And there should be someone stepping in on behalf of the team having these conversations with these kids when it's in reference to money. And that's how they get themselves in some situations.
Speaking of my last thing, speaking of minority coaches, you've seen former head coach Michigan State, pretty much has been freed of all wrongdoing. Michigan State got to pay him.
I didn't even. Oh, you said Michigan State.
Michigan State is going to have to pay him.
My bad. All right, I was like, Michigan? No, Michigan State. My bad.
Michigan State. Same thing with the young man at Michigan. You look at the trial, and in this trial,
you know nobody's talking about the trial. Who's talking about the trial? Who's talking about the trial? Nobody.
Nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's talking about the trial.
All of a sudden, where they talk about it on TikTok, where I get a lot of my news from. All of a sudden, it's looking like the brother from Michigan was illegally terminated, and everything that was said about him was all wrong, and the text messages were not allegedly not text messages of, it was about sports and it was about the job, and the judge is sitting there saying this is about the job. This is what the text. And then the law enforcement went and lied to the judge who issued the warrant. I mean, what the fuck? Is it really? I don't know. I don't know. We know how these local municipalities, even right now today, you want your player to get another year, NCAA say no, you file in the city where the school resides in, that judge is going to grant you the right to play. So then now, if I want to get rid of my head coach, I go and call up the police chief. I'm the school president. Yeah, I need to get rid of his ass. Okay, all right. You're going to call the judge, and the judge is going to give you an order to then arrest this man here. Come on now. Look, see, people don't think from that standpoint. A lot of this shit is happening like that. You know what I'm saying? In these local municipalities where these guys are getting unjustly fired, and it wasn't really about him sleeping with the assistant. It was more about the school wanting him out.
And I want to just say, I was one of the people, and I haven't confirmed any of the things you're saying, and I'm saying because they're not talking about it, right? Because they're not talking about it on mainstream media, and that's why I was like, who's talking about it? But I want to say I was one of those people that refused to talk about it, and I said I'm not talking about it because I know that this is not a case, like this isn't what it seems. I know it's not what it seems. And it's too chaotic, it's too dramatic, it's too much drama, that I said I'm not going to talk about it, because whatever your initial reaction is, you're going to have to walk it back. Yep. You're going to have to be like, oh, wait a minute. So I said, you know what? I'm not talking about it.
Yeah.
Once it started getting real crazy, real TV, I was like, oh, you ain't hearing nothing from me about this. Because
I'm gonna talk more about this on Friday, but this case, both of those cases are bananas. Now, Coach, you ain't had no business trying to holler at the woman who was coming to school talking to the kids about being a victim. You ain't had no, but you could have flew anybody in at Michigan State. You could have you wrong for that. Streets say you wrong for that, but then you're not wrong if the lady try to trap you. Who you think finna trap you? So that's all a mess. But more sitting up in there like this, like, let me have my day in court. Let me have my day. The truth shall do what? Set you free. And just like you say, everybody quick to go and firing people. Certain people get fired and certain people don't. Is we're gonna let it all play out in the court of law. Knowing that y'all down with this shit, knowing that you can get on the phone. The school president can get on the phone with the police chief and say, is there anything going on here? Is there anything really going on? I mean, look at all the evidence. I need you to get back with me, Paul. I need you and the prosecutor. And I need you to really look at this and tell me, is there any validity to this?
That man was fired before he was arrested.
Thank you. But if I get on the phone, look here, we really don't want this guy to be our coach. Can you just make sure you just go ahead and do what you got to do? Well, it's nothing here.
We don't want the backlash.
It's nothing here. He didn't do anything wrong. They were just really having consensual conversation. But no, just go ahead and get him. If you get him, I can fire him, and then we'll just pay him on the back end, and hopefully we'll get the right judge, and the right judge then put him, do something with him. But we just need him out of here, and this is the only way we can do that, because we don't want to have to be firing our African American coach. Come on, man. I know how this shit go. Thank you, D-Love Sports. I love you. When you coming back down to Miami, and what you getting ready to do next? Where you going? You got what you got going on? Are you?
Actually tonight we're doing a live with Coach Shannon Harris of the DC Defenders. So if y'all are online, in about an hour and a half, we'll go live. We're doing a Q&A with him tonight. Catch up with him, and then what's coming up next?
Is it going to be on YouTube or where?
It's going to be on D-Love Sports YouTube. It's going to be on Instagram. It's going to be on Twitter. But come on YouTube. It's easier to ask questions there. So come on YouTube and come chat it up with us. Come meet Coach Shannon Harris. We do a Q&A section in the live, so you'll be able to ask some questions. And then what's coming up next? Then we have the National Alliance for African American Athletes, that nonprofit that I work with. We do our annual Sneaker Gala. That's going to be March 14th. Lou Young is actually going to be hosting that, the comedian. So if you're in the DC area, March 14th, come on through, get you a ticket at the table, come party with us. Get dressed up and wear your sneakers. So I love that. And the draft is the end of April, and the DC Defender season starts March 20. They don't come home until April 11th, but the UFL season starts till March 27th. So I'll be busy. I'll be busy. Trey Young makes his debut with the Wizards tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going yet, but the Wizards get a boost.
I'm still trying to figure out how they let him out of Atlanta. Oh my God,
they ain't want him.
Why he didn't come to Miami? They make it
room for Anthony Edwards.
I think that dude he's a beast. I love him. I think he's a hell of a player. But hey, make sure y'all check out my girl D-Love on all of her platforms. She's on Twitter, she's on Facebook, she's on Instagram, she's on TikTok. I love her snipes on TikTok. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. And y'all make sure y'all check out on YouTube and all the other places. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Thank y'all.
Again, that's D-Love Sports, people. Make sure y'all check her out. And that's the end of my show. I got to go see the little man. He's out there playing baseball. He's doing real good. Just so you all know. He's playing really, really, really good. And man, let me say this, man. I'm so proud of my son. I'm hard dads. I got to sometimes bring it back. And I want all you dads to understand that I know where y'all be at. I have to bring it back. He's getting he went through the adversity. He had his elbow. He had a little UCL tear, and his doctor and his trainer got him back right, and he didn't get into the fall ball of the season. He came in the last couple of games, so he didn't win the starting position. And I just wanted to see how he reacted to all that. And he reacted well. He just, went out, worked hard, and waited his turn. So he got his opportunity last week. They're about 6-7 games into the season. He got his opportunity last week and went out there and got hit. Went out there the next game, got another hit. Got 2 hits in one game. Went out there the other night. Laid down a nice little bunt. Got another hit. Drove in some runs. Stole home plate. I'm proud of him by the mere fact that he didn't get down on himself, because a lot of kids, I've been coaching football for over 20 years. A lot of kids get down on themselves. A lot of parents get all upset and they want to have all these conversations with the coach, where it's just a matter of being patient and trusting the process. Trust the process. And I tell this to everybody, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, or just life, trust the process and just keep grinding. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get emotional. Parents, don't get all irate where you got to call the coach up. Just trust the process and let it all work out. I told my son a little story about Shador Sanders, another one of my nephews. I said, Shador, Coach Prime, Shador, he was throwing the ball to people with a garbage can. They didn't give him opportunity. The coach had no intentions of giving him an opportunity. And that's not the situation right now with my son. It's just when, coach gave him opportunity. That was different. And I told him that was catastrophic. That was a coach that did not, in my opinion, did not like Shador under no circumstances, nothing about him. And he was forced to play him because the circumstances presented itself. Shador trust the process. He never let anybody trick him up into no questions to come off as a hater or as a disgruntled player. His dad never said nothing. He never said nothing. He just went out and worked his ass off. And when he got the opportunity, he prevailed. And he showed that he's that guy. And I told my son the same thing. Hey, look at Shador's story. It's no different than your story. But the difference is your coach loved you, but you were injured. So in one of those situations where your coach don't like you, that situation, the part where you take is the fact that you got to work your way up. And every level, you're going to have to prove yourself. And you're going to have to prove yourself on a consistent basis. Every day we got to prove ourselves. Every day as a man, we got to prove ourselves to our wife. Our wife had to prove herself to us. You got to prove yourself in the workplace that you are valuable and you are not just somebody who just want to be collecting a check. And that's how I run all my companies. My companies are, I want to be happy to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, eventually you get. But at the same time, we always have to prove our value. And that's my story of the day. Life is life is tough. No matter what's going on around the world, you got all these wars and things like that and everything like that. You think about, damn, if I was living in that situation in Beirut, Israel, or Iran, or if I took a vacation to Dubai and all of a sudden I got bombs dropping and I'm just trying to get back home and all these things like that, or I'm in a situation in some war-torn country and things like that. You all need to just be happy about the situation and where you're at right now in this world and just live for today. And don't worry about tomorrow. Just live for the day, live for the now. Enjoy yourself, enjoy this life, do the things that you want to do, be productive, tell people you love them, reach one and teach one at all given times. And that's why I want to end it at. And just remember, you see the QR code up there. We're going to launch the website this week. I'm going to be on Friday. Thursday, I'm going to the Booby Trap for 305 Day. I already had that on my contract, just so you all know. That was already booked on my contract before I decided to run, so I'll be over there. But even that, hey, I'm not going to change who I am. It's just that simple. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to do everything responsible like I always done. But at the same time, people, I'll be over there on 305 Day, which is Thursday. And then at the same time, people, I'll have a campaign party out in West Palm Beach. We're having a kickoff party in West Palm Beach at my man Big Mike's place. So if you want to come by and holler at me up in Palm Beach, you can do so. On Friday, I'll drop the flyer on all my social media platforms so you all can see where we're going to be at. We're going to be heavily in the district, CD20, doing some outreach, talking to people. Encourage you, if you want me to come talk to your community, your homeowners association, or your school, or your alumni, or your coaches, or at your park, to talk to you about my platform for your community, and you just want me to come there and listen to some of the issues and some of the concerns that you may have in your community, just call me up, hit me in the DM. It'll be there. We're going to launch the website on Monday, so you all can be able to go into the website to be able to join the Luke team and be on this team, as well as get all the information that you need to get when it comes to this campaign. I'm happy to be running in this campaign. I'm carefully picking the interviews that I do. So, you'll see me on NBC6 on this Sunday. You'll see me on the Stephen A. Smith show. I'm going to do that next week. And I'm just carefully picking the individuals that I talk to about this campaign, because I want people to understand that it's real and it's not some kind of show that I'm doing. I'm dead serious. My job is to make the quality of life in Congressional District 20 better, whether it's jobs, whether it's opportunities, whether it's opportunities for these young people to get to be able to come out of high school and get a job with a career, because I know everybody's not going to college, but there's fighting against these insurance predators who are taking advantage of homeowners, and whether it's fighting to build affordable housing in certain areas in the district, and as well as some people are drinking toilet water and being able to get water plants redone. And so those are some of the things that I plan on doing if I'm elected, when I'm elected, because I just have so much of the faith in the people of this district. And if you're not in the district, or if you're in the district, you can always donate to the campaign. The QR code is right there. You can go on Facebook pages and in my social media pages, and you'll see the post where you could just scan the QR code. This is a $10 campaign. This ain't no multi-million-dollar campaign. That's what it is. We urge you to donate to the campaign. But with all that said, I'm going to get off here. I have 1,000 people calling me up at the same time. But I did bring something out. I remember this right here. See this? This is when Kamala Harris originally ran for president. And I was on the road with her. And she was giving out this, and I took this as a souvenir, and I still have it to this day. Because I was one of the people who supported her in the beginning when nobody else did. It was only when Joe Biden nominated her to be the vice president, all of a sudden everybody started coming in. But all those same people I was calling up to support her when she was running, they were faded to black. And I say this to say all that. I just love being on the forefront of a person like that at the beginning of it all, when they were the underdog and when they won. The difference is when you win campaigns, you still got to be able to pick up the phone. And so I pride myself on my campaign. And when Dr. Harris won, we did interviews and all these things here, and that was a great thing. But I know there are a lot of other candidates that you support along the way, whether they come to your church or they come to your community event, and all of a sudden they get in office and you never hear back from them, and you can't get them on the phone. You can't reach them until it's the next election. And I pride myself on not being that individual. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I enjoyed myself going to watch the little man play. I think they play Florida Christian tonight. That's going to be a real big game for Pace Baseball. Pace Baseball, baby. I love them dudes. I love all them kids over there. Keep fighting. That's what we do. Hey, until the next time, like Walter Cronkite always say, may the good news be yours. Goodbye.
Make the booty go, 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 pop, pop, make the booty go, pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm gonna let y'all hear my new song. I need some bad girls. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.